I said before the Bears game that with 5 games left and a lot of history in a short amount of time for Brock Purdy, he has the chance to do something 6 years later that Jimmy Garoppolo did 6 years ago. And that was make money in 5 games. Brock Purdy has earned a lot. He certainly has earned a lot more than Jimmy Garoppolo earned in his first year with the 49ers when he had 5 games to earn a big offseason contract. And for, a few minutes, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league because he signed a contract early. And that came with a great 5-game performance to end the year. On the Amazon broadcast, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, the Amazon, it's very quick. There's no latency. Like you get the action very quickly. It was good. Not relevant here, guy. But before the game, Albert Breer went on and said, I can say without reservation, he's the quarterback of the future for them. It's a matter of not if, but when they extend Brock Purdy. And, of course, that is not the question. The question is not, will they have Brock Purdy back at quarterback next year? The question is, how much are they going to pay him to do it? And, his agent is certainly going to argue that this season is not on him, that a lot of things went wrong. And that's true. A lot of things did go wrong, but everybody who did play is responsible for their 152nd or whatever of a failure of a season that's not going to result in the playoffs. And for a team who was a Super Bowl favorite, that's not just a small failure. It's a massive, massive failure of a season that you can't just attribute to injuries. And right now, he's a guy who is trending towards the pace is 18 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. And it's rainy. Yep. It's kind of cold. It's 52 degrees. I mean, I haven't looked at the full schedule. This could be, let's just look real quick at where every game is getting played this weekend. Like, this is going to be one of the warmest games played in the league this weekend, outdoor stadiums. There's a game in Cleveland. It's a game in Carolina. It's a game in Jacksonville. Giants have a home game. Broncos have a home game. Titans play outside. They have a home game. Eagles have a home game. Seahawks play Sunday night. It's going to be colder there than it was here. That might be what we just watched was one of the warmest games of the weekend. Now, it was raining, and rain sucks if you're a quarterback, but I think he shoulders a lot of the Niners' failure on Thursday night, along with Debo, along with the head coach, right? But they have consistently, in dry conditions, in sunny conditions, in warm conditions, been a 9-hitter when it comes to hitting the deep ball. In fact, most of your 9-hole hitters in baseball hit at a higher rate than the 49ers hit deep balls. Deep balls are a low percentage play. And if you don't get very good separation, they're even lower percentage plays. The Niners, for the most part in the Shanahan era, don't have burners. They don't have guys that get open. They just don't do it. And Brock Purdy doesn't throw it very well. And Debo dropped the slant that would have been a touchdown, perhaps, definitely would have been a first down on 3rd and 8. But after that, on 2nd and 20, Debo is open again over the middle. Chance at redemption, contested play. You watch the play live and you go, oh, through the defender's hands, through Debo's hands. Debo, you got to make the play. But go watch that play again a couple times. The ball's underthrown, and the ball takes a long time to get to Debo Samuel. Second possession of the second half. 1st down and 10. Juwan Jennings, I think the L22 reveal was open. But your fast guy, Ricky Pearsall's got a man beat down the middle of the field. Gets broken up. Why? Ricky had to slow down. 3rd possession. 2nd and 11. You're at the 34-yard line. You've got a running back over the middle. Check it down to him. You've got Ricky Pearsall out in the right flat by the numbers. Check it down to him. You make either one of those decisions, it's a layup 8 yards, and you're going to have about a third down and 3, a third down and 4, a third, maybe if somebody made a great play, a third down and 6, maybe a first down if somebody breaks a tackle. But you're going to be in position. You're going to be at like the 26-yard line. It's going to be third and less than medium. If you don't get it, you're going to have a 35-yard field goal. You're in good shape. Instead, Purdy throws it deep to Juwan Jennings in triple coverage. It was a prayer. Ball game over. Except the ball game's not over. The Rams leave a few seconds left. And Debo has a solid return, and then he gets horse-collared, and then you run a play. And Ricky Pearsall's open. He's open. The play is there to be made. If he catches the ball, he's going to get out of bounds with 5 or 6 seconds at the 33-yard line, and oh my God. Good news. You have Juwan Jennings. He's caught a Hail Mary to win a game in Tennessee. He's big. He catches contested balls here. Ricky Pearsall can jump. George Kittle's, physical. You're going to have a chance at a miracle. And the throw wasn't even close. I don't know if tonight, if this game, a 12-6 game, is a box score game. I'll tell you, Matthew Stafford was 4 of 12 at halftime and finished 16 of 27. So what is that? 12 of 15 in the second half? 12 of 15 in the second half for Matthew Stafford? Wow. That was good. Purdy at halftime was 9 of 19, finished 14 of 31. So that's 5 of 11 in the second half. That's not good. That's bad. And that said, to me, not a box score game. Weird game, rainy game, just find a way to win game. 14 of 31 for 142, no touchdowns and a pick, a QB rating of 45, whatever. I don't care. You can ball that up and throw it in the trash. Bad throws in big spots. In moments where you had to push the ball down the field, couldn't do it. That was really frustrating. And it was frustrating not just because it lost you the game, but I think from his perspective, even if you, there's a world where you lose this game, but you come out of it going, all right, he went toe-to-toe with Stafford. Stafford wasn't great, but he got good. He wasn't great, and it got worse. And every time this year the Niners have been in a 3-point game, going in the fourth quarter, short lead going in the fourth quarter, trailing going in the fourth quarter, I've gotten really excited because to me it's been an opportunity for him. It's not just the quarterback, but as we know with guys like Joe Montana and Aaron Rodgers, this is where you just kind of build everything up a little bit. I don't want to say set the narrative because the narrative's not, narratives are not, it's not real life. But you just kind of start to build. And every time I say hey man, we're just looking for a fourth quarter comeback, that type of drive. It's not that he never does it. People always be like, well, he did it against the Raiders. Don't you remember? Yeah, vaguely. It was a long time ago. But there are just so many opportunities to just gotta go start building. You don't have to win a Super Bowl as a quarterback to just start building up your kind of war chest of experiences, moments where you've proven to your teammates, to your coach, to yourself, certainly to the fans, but to yourself and to your teammates, that that's okay if we're down 7 going to the fourth quarter. It's okay we're only up 3 and we haven't moved the ball. Don't worry. We got this late. Right? That's what Mahomes does. And no one's expecting Mahomes. It's Mahomes on an elite level doing it, right? But this is a time where we're getting ready for the point where his agent's gonna argue for what he's worth. And it's a little awkward if you're in the Niners because you're like, yeah, we love him. We love him. And some of you think this is too much, but we love him. We want to pay him $45 million a year. And make it like 120 guaranteed, 100 guaranteed, 100, 3 years. Get out of it in 2, right? Like if you go look at the Kirk Cousins contract, like that's low, but like somewhere in that range. And you also want them to believe that you think he's the future. To me, tonight's a night where you go from a pro Brock Purdy guy in the cold in Buffalo. That was the game you got. In the rain here, that was the game you got. Bears game in the sun. You can't live off that. And if you're not going to have the big box score, if you're not going to have the inflated numbers, like Dak has these inflated numbers at the end of the year. Well, that's fine. I don't need that. I know a lot of that's hollow. Like he's going to hit the offseason on pace for 18 touchdowns and 11 picks. You don't become a top 5, let's say, paid quarterback coming off at 18 touchdowns, 11 picks. You don't. And it's why I've been saying now for a little while, I think they're going to pay him. They're going to extend him. Fine. Like that's not the interesting opinion. The interesting opinion is for how much. And I don't think it's going to be for $60 million a year. I don't see how they justify it. And I don't see how his agent has a winning argument on that.